on what this black woman said. We're just speaking about children. This is her opinion about mainly black women, let's be honest, getting pregnant. What is your opinion? Her name is Timeline Terrius, or Paradise Paris 4. She said, women having children against the men's will shows how we're quick to undermine their leadership at will. She can see having a baby is not ideal at all, knows he's not ready, and her hard-headed butt will do it anyway and complain about how hard being a mother is. Y'all, please give me your opinion on this. I'm going to read it again for you. Let me see what's being said in the chat real quick, though. I am going to read it again for you. She said, women having children against the man's will shows how we're quick to undermine their leadership at will. She can see having a baby is not ideal at all and knows he's not ready. Honey, how about y'all both stop fucking then? Because last time I checked, he ain't got control. Well, actually, he does. He can pull out, not ejaculating her, wear a freaking condom. She can get on birth control. At the end of the day, I mean, really? But
Now, I agree with the sister on that. Both of them are equally responsible if they do not want children. They are equally responsible to make sure it doesn't happen. Either she's on birth control, he wears a condom, or both. That's the way you cover yourself, especially for a woman, because the woman, in many cases, not all, but in many cases, are going to be responsible for raising the child. Even if the man is in her, is in the child's life, she's still probably 99% of the time going to have the child in her custody because that's just the way the laws are. Unless she's just a piss poor person as a woman, the man is not going to get the child most of the time, majority of the time. So if a woman doesn't want a child, and if the man definitely doesn't want a child because he don't want to be put on child support, then they should equally make sure that it doesn't happen. I would suggest, even with the condom on, my brothers, when you get ready to, do you know what you're gonna do? Pull the fuck on out, even with the condom on. I'm just saying. I know it's hard, my brothers, I get it. But hey, if you don't want a child, that's the best way to do it. Make sure you got that bad boy strapped up. And when you get ready to bust that one good one off, pull it on out, man. Hey. And women, if you don't want a child, get on birth control, or at the very least, make sure he's got a condom on. At the very least, you should be able to do that. And not only that, if, buy them, make sure you have them. I know women say, well, he's the man, he should go buy them. Right, but if you do not want to get pregnant by what you do, these dudes you call dusty, these no good dudes that you lay down with, and they're not, they're dusty, they're not ready for having children. All this stuff you complain about. Well, if you know that and you're gonna still lay down with them anyway, then at least make sure you have condoms on deck for whenever the dude comes over. I'm just saying.
but I get what she's saying a little bit. If I know a man don't want no children, I'm not having. First of all, I'm not even trying to have your child anyway. We're not married and stuff. But if I know you don't want kids, I'm not having your baby because you would never love the baby because you never wanted me or the baby anyway. But she says having children against the man's will shows how we're quick to undermine the leadership at will. Oh, she can see having a baby is not ideal and knows he's not ready, and her hard-headed butt will do it anyway and then complain about how hard being a mother is. Okay, I need to see these comments. Marvelous M says, my goodness, it takes two to tango. Black and Bougie says, I agree. Don't have babies with these men who don't want them. However, you cannot undermine non-existent leadership. Juanita Smith says, against his will, did she steal his sperm or was it freely given? What leadership? Divest is best says no responsibility on the man. If he comes in her, it's his fault. with leaving her with the decision to keep a child. Misogyny and black man identified. Oh my God. Okay. Aqua Rose says many of them don't even want kids, so stop having sex with them. K. Elaine says, I agree, kinda. Stop messing around with trifling dusties. All Things Beauty says, condoms. David Jones says they don't want male leadership, they only want male responsibility, but responsibility without authority is servitude. Ah, one word, condoms. Okay. Let's see the next thing that was said. Name for me the contraceptive options for men versus the contraceptive options for women, and then we'll have a real discussion on who's more sexually irresponsible. Ooh, y'all, come on and bring it. What you got to say? She's saying,
What I've got to say about that, again, I agree with what she's saying only in the senses that if the woman gets pregnant, she's gonna have to take care of that child for the rest of that child's life. And she already knows he don't want to have a child. But then she'll take him and put him on child support, even though she probably don't really want him. She just wanted a child, right, Cynthia G? So she don't really want the dude, but her biological clock is ticking. And she said, well, let me go ahead and get this child now, because this may be maybe my last best chance to get one. So in a way, I understand what she's saying, but like I said, it's still both persons' responsibility. When it all said and done, and you crying and complaining about the dude ain't no good. He left me a baby mama. You crying and complaining about it because you knew he was a dusty and a no good bum when you laid down with him. And brothers don't know you complaining about being put on child support because you didn't want to have a child in the first place with this woman and you didn't do anything to prevent it from happening. So both parties need to stop crying and complaining about it.
the men don't have any birth control, only women do. You know, that might be true, but I hate how it's like we leaving men out of this whole conversation. You can still use a condom and get pregnant. And I have to say something on behalf of women out here. Some of us don't fucking want no fucking birth control. And I know some people don't want to hear that, but there are some women out here who are afraid of messing with medicines that can literally stop you from having a baby. Did you know you're not even supposed to stay on birth control for too long? That can cause problems. Maybe I'm a natural woman from the church and I just wanted things the way God made it and I don't want none of that shit. Now what you gonna say?
But I'm gonna say then if that's the case, then you make sure you get pregnant after you get married then. Stop having unprotected casual sex. How about that as the answer, my sister? Teach these women in your chat to stop having casual, unprotected sex with these dusties that you call them, that you know are no good, but you still lay down with them. Make it make sense.
Shit, the man is the one walking around with baby juice, baby batter in his damn penis.
And the women are the ones that get fertilized to carry and make the baby. It's equal. The man bring the fertilizer. The woman has the egg. Boom. 9 months later, 8 months later, 7 months later, whatever the time frame is, there's a baby. There's a new life being brought into this world by two people, a man and a woman who really didn't want to have the baby. Who wasn't prepared to have a baby because they didn't do it the correct way, or they didn't do at least the traditional. I'm not gonna say the right way, but at least the traditional way. They didn't get married first. There was no plan for a child.